Liam, can I ask you something honest?
Sure, Emily, go ahead.
Have you ever stopped yourself from doing something just because you were afraid of what others might think?
Oh, many times. I've hidden my ideas, avoided speaking, and even changed my clothes just to please people.
And that's the problem, Liam. So many of us are not living our real lives. We're living someone else's version of life, trying to fit into their expectations.
It's exhausting, always worried about judgment, opinions, and criticism.
Exactly. That fear controls your dreams, your confidence, your English speaking, and even your happiness.
But why do we care so much about what others think?
That's what we're going to talk about today. If you're listening and you feel trapped by people's opinions, stay with us. Because in this episode, we'll help you break free.
So get ready, friends. It's time to take your power back. It's time to stop caring what people think. Emily, why do you think caring too much about others' opinions is such a big issue?
Because, Liam, it slowly kills your identity. When we care too much about what people think, we lose our voice, our confidence, even our direction in life.
That's true. Sometimes I've stayed quiet in English class because I was afraid of being laughed at.
And you're not alone. Many people don't speak up, don't try new things, don't follow their dreams, all because of fear. Fear of looking stupid, fear of being judged.
But nobody actually remembers those little mistakes we make. They're too busy thinking about themselves.
Exactly. But our brain plays tricks on us. It tells us, they're all watching you, they'll all laugh. And we believe it.
So the topic today is not just about confidence. It's about freedom. Freedom from invisible chains.
Yes, when you stop caring what people think, you start living fully. You speak more freely, express yourself in English, and chase your goals.
So if you've ever stayed quiet in a meeting, avoided a conversation, or felt stuck in life because of fear,
This episode is for you. We'll help you understand why this happens and how to stop it, step by step.
Emily, let's talk about how this fear of judgment shows up in daily life. I think many people don't even realize how deep it goes.
Yes, it hides in small things, like when you want to raise your hand in class, but suddenly you freeze. Wait, what if I sound dumb?
Or when you post something online, then delete it because you think, what if people think I'm weird?
Exactly. And it doesn't stop there. Some people stay in jobs they hate, relationships that don't feel right, or even dress a certain way just to avoid judgment.
I remember once I bought these bright yellow shoes. I loved them. But when I wore them outside, people stared. So I went home and never wore them again.
See, that's how we shrink ourselves, piece by piece. We edit who we are, our personality, our language, our dreams, just to feel safe from opinions.
And that's exhausting, isn't it? Always thinking, will they approve? Will they laugh? Will they accept me?
Yes, this constant fear becomes a habit. It affects how you speak English, how confident you sound, and how you express yourself.
Some people never speak up in English just because they're afraid someone might say, your grammar is wrong, or you sound funny.
But here's the truth. Everyone makes mistakes when learning, and no one ever became fluent by staying silent.
So if you're listening and you've been hiding your true self, your voice, your opinions, your English,
Then know this, you're not alone. And more importantly, you can change, starting today. Let's try to understand, why do we care so much about what others think?
it's a deep question. I think part of it comes from childhood. We grow up wanting approval from parents, teachers, even strangers.
That's right. As kids, we're told things like, be good, don't make noise, don't embarrass us. And we learn approval equals love.
Wow, that's true. If you made a mistake, you got scolded. But if you acted perfect, you were praised.
Exactly. So we start believing if people approve of me, I'm valuable. If they don't, something's wrong with me.
And then society makes it worse. Look at social media. Everyone is trying to look perfect, sound smart, be liked.
Yes, we count likes, followers, and comments as signs of self worth, and suddenly we're addicted to approval.
It's like every decision goes through a filter. What will people think of this?
Right. But here's the problem: when we live for approval, we die a little inside. We stop doing what we love.
Even in learning English, some people don't speak because they're terrified of being corrected.
And the funny thing, most people aren't even thinking about you that much. They're busy thinking about themselves.
That's powerful. The fear is in our mind, not theirs.
So, to everyone listening, please understand your fear of judgment is not your fault. It was learned, but it can be unlearned too.
Yes, and in the next parts, we'll show you how.
Okay, Liam, let's begin giving our listeners the tools they need. The first step to stop caring what people think is awareness.
Awareness, like noticing our thoughts?
Exactly. Most people are on autopilot. They feel anxious, but they don't know why. So we need to slow down and ask ourselves, whose opinion am I afraid of right now?
That's deep. So instead of saying, I'm nervous, we say, I'm nervous because I think my classmates will laugh at my accent.
Yes. When you name the fear, it loses power. It's no longer a scary cloud. It's just the thought you can question.
So let's imagine this. I'm at a meeting and I want to speak in English, but my heart is racing.
You pause for a second and say in your mind, okay, what am I really afraid of?
Maybe I think they'll think my English is bad. Then I ask, is that true? Is it the end of the world if I make a mistake?
Beautiful, Liam. That's self awareness. You're breaking the fear down, you're taking control.
It's like shining a flashlight in a dark room. The moment you see clearly, it's not so scary anymore.
Exactly. Most of our fear comes from the unknown, the imaginary what ifs.
So, to everyone listening, today, try to catch one moment where you're about to stay silent or change your behavior out of fear.
And instead of reacting, pause. Ask yourself, what am I afraid they'll think? You might be surprised how silly some of those fears are.
And just that awareness, that tiny pause, is the beginning of freedom. Emily, now that we've talked about awareness, what's the next step?
The next step is powerful, Liam. Shift your focus from them to you.
Hmm, can you explain that?
Of course, most people live in their head, thinking, what will they say? Will they laugh? Do they like me?
Right, it's like we give the remote control of our emotions to other people.
Exactly. But the truth is, the only person you should be focusing on is you. Your growth, your courage, your joy.
So instead of, will they approve, I ask, am I proud of what I'm doing?
Yes, that mindset shift changes everything. Let me give you an example. A girl wants to start making English videos on YouTube, but she's afraid her classmates will make fun of her.
Very relatable.
Now imagine she asked herself, what do I want? And the answer is, I want to help people and become fluent. Then their opinion becomes small and her purpose becomes big.
I love that. Purpose is louder than opinions.
Exactly. And when you focus on your goal, like improving your English, building your career, helping others, you stop looking for permission.
I remember when I started speaking English in public. At first, I kept looking at faces, worried about how I sounded. But once I focused on helping the listener, I forgot about myself.
That's such a great point. Helping others is a great way to forget your fear.
So, to our listeners, next time you feel fear, ask yourself, am I focusing too much on them? Then gently bring the focus back to yourself.
Your growth is what matters, and no one else can walk your path for you. All right, Liam, it's time for our third solution. This one is one of my favorites. It's called micro bravery.
Micro bravery sounds interesting. What does it mean?
It means doing small, brave things every day, not huge, scary stuff, just little moments where you choose courage over comfort.
So like speaking up in English even if you're nervous?
Exactly. Let me give you some examples. You say hi to a stranger in English. You ask a question in class. You leave a comment on a video using new vocabulary. You record a short voice message in English.
These are small actions but powerful over time.
Yes, because every time you choose bravery, your brain says, I can handle this. I didn't die. I can do more.
It's like building confidence muscles. Just like at the gym, small reps make you stronger.
Exactly, Liam. And over time, you stop waiting for approval because you start trusting yourself.
So if someone wants to stop caring what people think, they should do one brave thing every day, even if it's tiny?
Yes, and here's a tip. At the end of your day, write down your bravery moment. It could be, I introduced myself in English today. I asked for help without fear. I disagreed politely in a meeting.
That's beautiful. It trains your brain to focus on effort, not perfection.
Exactly. We don't need to be fearless. We just need to act in spite of fear.
And soon, fear becomes familiar. Not gone, but manageable. And that's where growth lives.
So, to everyone listening, your mission is simple. Do one micro brave thing today and be proud of it no matter how small it seems. Liam, now that we've practiced small brave actions, it's time for the biggest change, changing the story you tell yourself about who you are.
You mean like how we think about ourselves inside?
Exactly. Our inner story shapes our feelings, choices, and confidence. If your story says, I'm not good enough, it makes sense why you care so much about what others think.
So, if I want to stop caring, I need to change that story?
Yes, here's how to do it. Step 1, notice your negative self talk. Step 2, challenge it like a detective. Ask, is this 100% true? Step 3, replace it with a positive, true statement.
Can you give me an example?
Sure. Instead of thinking, I always mess up, say, I'm learning and improving every day.
That simple change feels powerful.
It is. And the more you tell this new story, the more your brain believes it. Confidence grows naturally.
So, rewriting our inner story is like planting new seeds in our mind.
Exactly, Liam. And it takes practice, just like micro bravery.
How can listeners practice this every day?
Try writing or saying aloud your new positive story each morning. Or when a negative thought appears, stop and replace it immediately.
I like that. It makes confidence feel like a skill we can build.
Yes, Liam. And remember, you are worthy just as you are, no matter what others think. Liam, building confidence isn't always easy. Sometimes doubts and fears try to stop us.
Yeah, I've felt that. Like, what if I fail or people still judge me?
That's completely normal. Fear of failure and judgment are common blocks. But here's the secret everyone faces them, even the most confident people.
Really? Even those who seem super confident?
Absolutely. The difference is how they handle those feelings. Instead of running away, they face the fear, little by little.
So, it's okay to feel scared?
Yes, feeling scared means you're growing. The trick is not to let fear stop you.
How do we do that when the fear feels so strong?
Try these. Take deep breaths and remind yourself why you want confidence. Break big goals into tiny steps. Celebrate every small win, no matter how small.
That sounds helpful. What about when people judge or criticize?
Remember, you can't control others' opinions, only your reaction. Focus on your journey, your progress.
And what if we slip back into old habits of caring too much?
It's normal to slip sometimes. Be kind to yourself. Each day is a new chance to try again.
Thanks, Emily. It feels less scary knowing it's a process.
Exactly, Liam. Confidence is a journey, not a destination. Keep moving forward, even if it's just one small step at a time. Liam, let's try a practice. Imagine you're at a party and you want to introduce yourself to someone new. What would you say?
Okay, I could say, "Hi, I'm Liam. I don't think we've met before. What's your name?"
Great start. That's simple and friendly. Now, what if you feel nervous?
I might take a deep breath first and remind myself that it's okay to feel nervous. Then I would say my line slowly and clearly.
Perfect. How about if the person seems shy? What can you do?
I could smile and ask an easy question, like, "What do you do for fun?" to help them feel comfortable.
Excellent, Liam. You're showing confidence by being kind and taking small steps.
Thanks, Emily. This role play helps me feel more ready to try in real life.
That's the goal. Practice like this makes confidence grow.
Can we try one more? What if someone interrupts me while I'm speaking?
Good question. You can politely say, "Excuse me, I'd like to finish my thought," and then continue.
I see. That helps me stay calm and keep control of the conversation.
Exactly. Remember, confidence is about respecting yourself and others. Liam, today let's learn some useful English words and phrases from our episode about building confidence. Ready?
Yes, Emily, let's go.
First word, nervous. Feeling worried or scared about something. Example, I feel nervous before speaking in public.
Got it. Next.
Second phrase, take a deep breath. To breathe slowly and deeply to relax. Example, when I feel nervous, I take a deep breath to calm down.
That's a good one. What's next?
Third word, polite. Showing good manners and respect. Example, it's polite to listen when someone else is speaking.
Okay, Emily, I use that all the time.
Fourth phrase, small steps. Doing something little by little to improve. Example, building confidence takes small steps every day.
I like that. It feels easier that way.
Last one for today. Respect yourself. To value and care for your own feelings and needs. Example, confidence grows when you respect yourself.
Thank you, Emily. These words help me understand confidence better.
You're welcome, Liam. Use these words when you practice speaking English. It will help you sound natural and confident. Liam, what a journey. Today we learned how to build confidence from scratch, starting with understanding our fears and taking small steps forward.
Yes, Emily. I realized confidence is not about being perfect, but about believing in myself and practicing every day.
Exactly. Remember, confidence grows when you respect yourself, face your fears, and keep trying, even if it feels hard.
And don't forget to use the new words we learned. They will help you express yourself better in English and feel more confident speaking.
If you're feeling shy or scared, that's okay. Everyone starts somewhere. The important thing is to start and keep going.
Right, so friends, if you want to build your confidence, practice a little each day. Take deep breaths, speak kindly to yourself, and celebrate your progress.
Thank you for listening to Speak English with Mishu. We hope this episode gave you hope and practical tools to build your confidence from scratch.
If you liked this episode, please subscribe to our channel, share it with friends who need confidence, and comment below your own confidence story or questions.
We love hearing from you. Your support helps us make more helpful lessons every week.
Until next time, keep speaking, keep shining, and keep believing in yourself.
Goodbye, friends. Stay confident and keep learning English with us.